Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank yourself for making it to the mat, the chair. That's the hardest part, usually. So we'll get started by claiming, hold on one second, I'm sorry, I need to change my view. I can't see myself, sorry. There we go, as I lean into the camera. Okay. We will begin by allowing yourself to come to your yoga, come to your space. And maybe for you, that's closing your eyes softly, softening the face, notice the shoulders, taking a couple of breaths in and out, maybe sort of what feels like a nice full breath in, and release it out. Setting aside the morning and what's to come, or the day, if you're watching this later, and what's to come. And being present in your feet, maybe some gentle movement of the toes, sort of grasping the ground, kind of squeezing the toes into the ground, presence there. And breathe. A gentle rolling of the balls of the feet, just nice and gentle. And presence in the sides of the feet, rocking the feet from side to side. And presence in the heels, pressing in, just little forward and back, side to side. The skin against the sock or shoe or floor, wherever you are today. And then the whole foot, so toes on the ground, balls of the feet, heels. And as if you were sort of pivoting from it, like in a circle, sort of the center of the foot, sort of toes to the right, heels to the left, and back and forth. Just presence in the whole foot, moving around. Then lifting your energy, feel a lift of energy up through the feet, up through the spine, up through the top of the head. Nice lift to the back of the head and neck. Ease in the face and breathe. Hands resting on the legs or down by the sides if you are standing, but palms up, kind of inviting in some energy and breath. And then sitting here for a moment, feet grounded, tall spine. Breathing in, breathing out, kind of thinking about that air sitting, sort of swirling around in the palm and fingers. And then keeping our mind there in the hands. As you inhale, opening the fingers, kind of opening them back beyond their natural resting place, opening, spreading them wide and opening them back as you inhale. To feel that space into the palm. And exhale, release, letting the fingers curl naturally. Do that a few times. Inhaling, opening. Exhaling, release. And mimicking that open feeling with the front of the body, the bottom of the ribs. Exhaling, release. Nice. One more. And then eyes can be open or closed, turning the hands so that the palms are now on the top of the legs. And just heel toeing the feet open a bit. So the knees open, situate your seat your chair a little bit if you want to change it. Good. And then we'll slide the hands back toward the crease in the legs. Reach the heart forward, elbows back. Inhale. And then slide the hands forward, a little tuck to the tailbone, reaching the shoulders as if you were reaching them for your knees. Drop the chin. Exhale. Inhale, tailbone. Hands slide back, elbows back, heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, tailbone tuck, slide hands, head rests. Couple of times here. Nice, soft, complete movement of the pelvis as you reach the tailbone out on the inhale and tuck on the exhale. Kind of presence in that movement of the belly button, reaching forward on the inhale and tucking toward the spine on the exhale. And notice the shoulders. Shoulder blades coming back on the inhale, opening the heart space. Maybe the chin lifts. And on the exhale, shoulders reaching forward, finding some space in between the shoulder blades. This nice, slow, seated cat-cow, non-weight bearing, gives our spine this whole flexion and extension. Really important for strength in the low back, mobility of the hips and shoulders. Good. Move through your cat, your reach forward, tuck at the tailbone. On your next inhale, when your tailbone is out and up, belly button forward, heart forward, elbows back, pause here. Ease in the face. We're going to breathe. If you can't breathe, back out just a tiny bit. We're not holding the breath or straining. You might feel some resistance, but not strain. So maybe some tightness or resistance in the front body, in the front of the shoulders, or maybe just that reach with the elbows is a strain. As long as it's not a strain, but effort, breathe. Ease in the jaw, nice full breaths in and out, notice. Maybe with the exhale, your shoulders come back just a tiny bit more, or your elbows reach toward one another just a tiny bit more. Good. The top of your next inhale, pause for just a couple of beats. Feeling that sort of stretch into the belly. And exhale, release the breath. Start with the tailbone tuck. Reach the mid back, tuck that belly button into the spine, reaching forward with the palms over the knees, reaching the shoulders forward, let the head hang. Pause here. Breathe. Notice here the difference of slow, deep breaths. Kind of observing your breath, noticing what it comes up against. What you can release on the exhale. Breathe. Soft jaw, soft toes. Again, maybe on the exhale, you find a little more tuck, a little more reach. It's a compressed inhale, but on your next inhale, pause just for a couple of beats and feel that expansion in the back on a full inhale here. A couple beats. And as you exhale, relax the hands back to neutral. Spine back to tall, head, top of the head toward the sky. Couple shoulder rolls. Breathe. Good. Lowering the hands down by the side. You can bring the knees into just sort of a comfortable posture, maybe as wide as the chair legs. Arms down by the side. And as we inhale, we're going to do a little bit more with the cat-cow, the shoulders, but this time we're also going to involve more the neck and jaw. So hands are relaxed. As we inhale, we're going to rotate the thumbs out, reach the heart forward, and open the jaw, nice and wide. And as you exhale, sort of purse the lips like a straw breath. Rotate the thumbs back in toward the body, back of the hands toward the legs, thumb pointing backward. Tuck the head, straw breath, exhale. Inhale, rotate the thumbs, lift the chin slightly to your comfort, open the jaw. And exhale, straw breath, pursing the lips, rotating the thumbs, shoulders forward. Couple of times. Inhale, open jaw, open palms. Exhale, pursed lips, straw. Rotate the thumbs, tuck the head. One more with movement. Open, open. Exhale, close, and straw. Very nice. And back to neutral. I'm going to do a little more in the chair today. So sliding sort of to the center of the chair. I'm going to have my one leg off the side. Find what works for you comfort-wise. If your leg does not enjoy being out to the side, you can leave your knee bent and just have it a little bit of an angle toward the front. So we're just I'm planting my left foot on the floor. So my left seat is more the middle of the chair for stability. You can also hold on to the chair. My right leg is extended. My foot is on the floor with my right toes pointing forward, but knees and ankles are the boss here. So if you need a more relaxed foot, a little more of a bent knee, perfect. Whatever works for you. Very nice. So nice tall spine wherever your legs are. Just put the hands out to the side. You can always keep one for stability. Good. Inhale, reach up. And let's start with just hands down, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Nice. Keep the right arm down or whatever your extended leg is. Right arm down, my right leg's extended. Inhale, left arm up. And then exhale gently over to the right. Good. Inhale here. We're going to use our exhale to move. Exhale, belly to spine, reach for the sky. Inhale. Exhale, move down. Reach. You can also drop your elbow in front. Inhale here. Exhale, belly to spine, like you're reaching the top of your head for the sky. Fingertips, if that works. Inhale and exhale. Couple more. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale down. Pause here, reaching sideways. Notice your elbow. Maybe it lifts up a little more toward the sky, or if that bothers your shoulder, maybe it comes down. Just notice. Notice that left hip to left shoulder. Breathing. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Belly to spine, up the body, fingertips, and down. Nice little shoulder roll. Let's gently bring that right leg in. Little knee swing. Never strain. We want to find our range, but we don't want to push. It's also why we always breathe. If you're holding your breath, the body's in strain. You need to back out slightly so that you can always inhale and exhale gently. So I've shifted my right side to the center of the chair. Find your front to back so that it's comfortable on the inside of your left leg. Toes can be pointing forward or whatever works for you. stability so that we're not worried about falling. We can think about our breath. Nice and steady. Starting with the arms out. Just get used to this side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Making any adjustments during the movement. Sometimes movement can cause you to notice something that we need to correct or adjust, or maybe open a little bit more. Good. Pausing that left hand down or on the leg or the chair, whatever. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale over to the side. This side might be different, just notice. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale up, core body, core strength. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to inhale and come down, exhale, and pause here. So pausing the motion, not the breath. Again, noticing that elbow. Maybe this side elbow can come up. Maybe this elbow on this side doesn't enjoy that. Ease in your jaw, ease in your toes, breathe, notice, adjust. Very nice. Inhale, exhale, belly to spine, core strength brings us back up. Lower the arm, nice tall spine. Gently bring that left knee in, center, and a little swing. Very nice. We're going to come forward just a bit. If you have eye pressure or blood pressure problems, your stop spot is with your elbows on your knees so that your head does not fall below your chest. We're going to inhale and raise up. Exhale, sort of bottom of the hands to the knees in case that's your stop place, and then slide on down. Compressed inhale here. Exhale, using that belly, ribs, chest, shoulders up. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale down. Exhale, core strength for up. Inhale. Exhale down. Find your stop spot. We're going to be here for just a couple of breaths, just a couple. Let the head hang, arms, shoulders, sort of draping down away from the spine. If your arms are crossed, just letting those shoulders ease, head hang. Very nice. Inhale and core body again. Exhale, belly to spine, ribs, chest, shoulders up, and hands to the legs. Nice little movement, whatever you need. We're going to come up, sliding the feet under the knees, sliding the seat out to the edge. We're going to help ourselves with our pivot points. So trying to get up too far back in the seat just doesn't help us. It kind of works against us. We want to use our body weight and balance to center over our feet, keeping the back straight, using that core strength, hinge at the hips, feeling the chest over the knees, weight into the feet. Hands can be wherever you need them. Inhale. Exhale, push with the feet, up through the legs, body. Good. Inhale, soften, lower. Exhale. Kind of feel that strength lifting up through the top of the head. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come down for a moment for our strength. find your place right there between full work and too easy. In this, where you're still breathing. Breathe. Reaching that top of the spine, top of the head, away from the tailbone. Shoulders are back. Breathe. Good. Inhale and exhale. Straighten the legs, belly to spine, to standing. Very nice. Have my chair back close by for fingertips. Let's do this. Arms out to the side. Palms up. Inhale, reach. Palms back down. Exhale, just halfway. Palms up, inhale. Palms out, exhale, halfway. Palms up, inhale. Pause here, reach. Now reach the right arm even more. Reaching, reaching, breathe. And reach the left arm. Relax the right. Reaching, reaching. Very nice. Inhale both, reach. And exhale down. Fingertips to the chair for our balance. We're going to sort of an exaggerated pedal push. So coming up to the back of the toes, opposite knee, alternating knee. That's what I meant to say. Alternating knee. Nice and slow. Really stretching out the front of that ankle, reaching the front of the ankle, and presence in the back of the toes. Pause with the right foot up. So heel is up, right ankle reaching forward, back of the right toes, bottom of the right toes on the ground. A little knee movement side to side. Sometimes the big toe does not like to join the party. So just be gentle, easy, breathe, but good for the toe mobility. Knee open. So we're going to hold the knee open with the toes on the back, on the ground. Good. And then nice and easy, bring the knee across the left knee. So engaging the big toe just a little bit more. Breathe. Good. And knee back to center. And then planting into that left foot, we're going to stretch the right foot behind us, reach it back, and just rest the top of the foot, the right foot on the ground. Toes on, fingertips on the chair for balance. We don't want to lose our balance with our foot in that position. Holding on with the right hand to the chair. We're just going to reach the left arm up. Just gentle. Good. Now back to the bottoms of the toes. So now our toes are just resting on the ground there. Lower the left arm. Then we're going to inhale and lift both right leg, left arm. Good. And relax. Reach. And relax. And again, reach. Relax. Reach and hold. Breathe. Good. Inhale and relax. Tadasana, mountain pose. Just notice one side to the other. Nice. Back to our pedaling. Just a little bit of pedaling. Good. And then pause with the right foot flat, left ankle reaching forward. Reach that left ankle forward. Presence in all the toes. Finding the place that you can comfortably add a little space into the ankle. So maybe your ankle opens up a tiny bit. We're not weight bearing. Our weight's in our right foot. Good. Now let's open up the knee. Kind of get into the smaller toes. Breathe. And if this strains your low back at all, I tend to, when I'm moving my legs, if I'm standing, sometimes I find I'm dropping my pelvis forward, my belly button's coming forward too much. So lift that belly button a bit, tiny, tiny tuck to the tailbone, draw the core body in, and you may notice just a little bit more support for your low back. Good. Now roll it in nice and gentle. Left knee crosses the right. Breathe. We're going to back to center, then extend that left leg, rest on the top of the toes. Just pause there and breathe, reaching the top of the ankle down for the ground. Nice. And then coming back to the back of the toes for balance. We're going to start, raise the right arm. Just balancing in. Find that centering. Bottoms of the right foot. Good. Lower the arm. And then reach. Inhale. Arm up, leg up. Exhale down. Inhale, left leg, right arm. And down. And again. And down. One more time for a little hold. Breathe. Very nice. Inhale. And exhale down. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Well, let's pedal it out a little bit. That got my right hip's attention for sure. Good. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Stillness. Make any little movements that you need to make so you can stand still and breathe. Gentle on the toes so we really feel our foundation, our mountain. Shoulders are back. Ease in the face. Very nice. Rolling the wrists, piano the fingers. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, open mouth. One more time. Very nice. We're going to come to our goddess feet. So open-er, so more open. What that means for your hips and knees, if you can come down into a bit of a squat, just lowering your hips, whatever low means for you and your knees. Always balanced. This is great to do right behind a chair. You might find a little bit more movement, a little bit more, what am I trying to say? Range of motion in your hips if you're not so worried about balance. So you can always do this behind a chair. It's a really good one for behind a chair. Mine will slip if I put it on the floor. This one lost its little rubber feet, so I don't want to scratch the floors. So I won't use the chair. Okay. Goddess arms, so strong, taking up space. Good. We're going to inhale. So we exhale, use that energy coming up through the pelvic floor, up through the center of the body, through the fingertips. Inhale, soften, lower. Exhale, push the ground away, energy up. Inhale. Exhale. So strong, good. Active feet, active hands. Inhale. Knees are back when they're open. Exhale. We just don't want them to fall forward. Again, so strong. Maybe you lower just a hair more. Exhale, good. We're going to come down and pause here for so much fun. Maybe a little hair lower. Elbows up a hair, back a hair. Breathe. Happy yoga face. Good. Inhale. Exhale, push and reach. Very nice. Hands to the waist. We're going to have the left toes facing forward and right toes facing off to the right. Chair is here again for balance. It could be in the front, behind you, whatever works for you. Going into our warrior 2 feet. If you feel tippy at all, your heels do not have to line up. You can heel toe your right foot out a little bit to the right so that you have train tracks. Very nice. Heart is facing the same direction as the left toes. Feet are nice and planted. Maybe lift your toes, feel your foundation. I'm going to stretch the arms out and gently look over to the right fingers. So strong, warrior pose. Very nice. I'm going to slowly lower the left hand just to touch the back of the leg, not to push on it. Lift right palm up. We're going to watch that right palm come up to your comfort level. If it bothers your neck to look up, you don't have to raise your neck. Notice your feet and follow your breath, following your inhale and exhale here. Noticing the front body, that right side body on the inhale and the exhale. Good, so strong. Inhale, exhale, belly to spine, that strong torso bringing us back to warrior 2. And then gently placing the right wrist or hand or elbow on the right knee and reaching that left arm over or across the chest. Breathe. That strong line from the ankle all the way up the side of the body through the left fingers. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine, strong, straight torso comes back to warrior 2. Beautiful. We're going to straighten the right leg. And we're going to bring our left hip out a bit, as if we were tucking our right hip under our body. So bringing the right hip kind of away from the right toes. We're going to reach over the right toes with our right hand. So we're stretching it out a little bit. And then you can plant the hand right on the chair in front of you. We're going to keep the torso straight, hinge here at the hip, and bring the body down over the right leg. You put your hand on the chair or on your knee. Just don't press through your knee. On the seat of the chair, but whatever works for you. Breathe. If your torso wants to come down a little bit, but hold onto that chair, that's great. Just don't find a place where you can breathe. Very nice. Now, big torso, good core strength here. We're going to inhale and then exhale, belly to spine. You can put your hand on your knee if that helps. Bring the torso back up. Bend the knee. Warrior 2. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, legs straight. Exhale, hand to the waist, turn the toes. So we're going to come over to the left side now. So you want to move your chair so it's right there for you for triangle. Like that. Left toes facing side. Right toes facing long edge of the mat. Hello, Cooper. Hey, Coop Coop. Bend in the left knee. Heart is facing the same direction as the right toes. We're going to stretch the arms out over the feet and gently look over the left fingers. If you raise your shoulders up toward your ears and then relax them down. Sometimes on our reach, they get a little high. Very nice. Strong warrior pushing into the feet. Presence in that, all those edges of the feet. Good. Lower the lower the right hand, left palm up. Just nice and gentle. This side might be different. Remember to heel toe that left foot out. It's not too late. If you'd like to increase your train tracks. Whatever works for you here. However far back you feel comfortable, only comfortable. You can have your chair next to you if you prefer. Breathe. Exalted warrior. So noticing that left side body. Easy hand on the right. Breathe. So strong. Notice, follow your breath in and out. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Core body. Back to warrior two. Ease in the shoulders. Gentle left wrist to left knee. And find a place for your right arm. Maybe it's crossed in front of you, holding on, or on your hip. Thinking about that side body. Those ribs coming up, lifting up away from the right hip. Breathe. So strong. Ankle, leg, hip, ribs, shoulder, through the fingertips. Even if your arm is down, you can imagine that stretch. There are studies that show that even quadriplegics can do stretches of their limbs in their minds. They're still imagining that. So don't think about a limitation as a limitation, just as an extra exercise for the mind. Good. Inhale. Exhale, belly to spine. Nice, strong torso. Back to warrior two. Very nice. We're straighten the left leg. Sort of reach that right hip out as if you were tucking that left hip under the body. It reaches, you feel your torso sort of moving out and over the left. Reach, and then the torso can come down over the left leg. You can hold on to the back of the chair, reach the arm up, hand in the seat, hand on your calf. Breathe. Again, the right arm can come down. It doesn't have to reach up. You can look wherever your neck wants to be. You can try looking up. If your hand is on the chair, looking up is definitely a balance challenge. Very nice. Core strength here. Holding onto the chair. Inhale. Exhale. Belly to spine. So strong. Lifting the torso back to vertical. Warrior two. Beautiful. Good. Inhale, legs straight, arms up. Exhale, hand to waist, turn the toes. Wide leg. Let's do a little forward folding here. So again, if the chair is a good thing for you to have right in front of you, I'll do that. Do this. So we're going to inhale, look up, kind of reaching the hip points forward a bit. And exhale, hinge at the hips, trying to keep the hips in line with the ankles. So it's more about hamstring strength and torso strength rather than coming way back. Hand can be at the top of the chair or seat of the chair. Flat back, forward fold here, breathe. Good, hands to the top, the crease in the legs, inhale. Exhale, straighten the arms, belly to spine, come to standing. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, and step to center. Tadasana. Nice and strong. Follow your breath. Nice. Roll the wrists, piano the fingers. Inhale, sweep up. Nice open mouth. Good, little shimmy. We're gonna step for a balance, we're gonna do a little bit of eagle. There are all different kinds of ways we can do eagle. So I'm gonna plant my left foot, just easier for me to use left and right in directions. Plant my left foot, step my right foot over left. Right over left, it can be in front. The cross and the distance is totally up to you and your balance. Very nice. We're going to take that right hand, place it on the left shoulder. Left arm comes under the elbow, under the right elbow. Just sort of, we're hugging and we have our legs crossed. Breathe. If you'd like a little more challenge, you can come up on the balls of that right foot, ball of the toe. And a little more challenge yet, you can lift the arms away from the shoulders, fingertips toward the sky. Breathe. Find your drishti, your point of focus. Noticing that the mind is playing with left, right, really good, crossing the midline, all these ways. Breathe. If you feel yourself super tippy, you squeeze the thighs together, kind of squeeze the elbows against each other, and using the strength of your mid body. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Nice and slow, release the legs. Keep your drishti. Then bring your presence into your right foot. Gently step that left foot over. Starting with the feet in just a comfortable place where they are, because this is perfect eagle right here. We take our left hand to right shoulder. Right arm, sweep it under. Maybe it goes to the shoulder, maybe it's hugging the ribs, doesn't matter. And this is eagle. Breathe, ease in the jaw. If you'd like, you can lift the left heel, bring it in to kind of hug the right leg. If you'd like to lift the hands, fingertips towards sky. Drishti, peace and strength in the breath. Breathe. Nice inhale, pause for just a beat up at the top of the inhale. And exhale, hands lower. Nice and soft, unwind the feet. Keeping your drishti in mountain pose. Palms to the heart space. Palms together, thumbs at the heart space. Breathe. Jaw, shoulders, ribs, hips, calves. Breathe. Good. Inhale, fingertips toward the sky. And exhale down. Very nice. We'll come to the chair. Back of the calves touching the front of the chair so that we get our seated practice. Hands at the heart space or out at the side or up, whatever you'd like. So challenge yourself here to come down exceedingly slowly, unless your knees are not a fan, and then please sit. So we don't want to cause pain or strain. Just a little challenge. The most important thing is to breathe as you're coming down. Breathe in, breathe out, keeping the top of the head away from the tailbone, shoulders are back. Noticing your feet. Noticing how the weight changes front to back and how it adjusts with your seat posture or your shoulders straight back, keeping that back straight until you're seated. Very nice. All right, just do a little more back bend. You can stay with your back to the back of your chair. Just gonna move over here. Back of the hands together, out front. We're gonna inhale, sweep open, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone a tiny bit, back of the hands together, tuck the head. Inhale, palms are facing one another. Exhale, back of the hands facing. Again. And again. Once more, reaching back, finding your range. Ease into the heart space, ease into the shoulders. So we're reaching right now actively, but pause for a moment, sort of pause the reach, pause the activity, and roll the shoulders open and back, and then try again. And then just notice, did you get any more range of your shoulders? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Are your hands maybe a little closer? Breathe. Good. Inhale. And exhale, release. Little motion, shoulders, opening the feet. We're going to do a forward fold. Again, elbows bent, and this is your forward fold with eye or blood pressure issues. But other than that, we're going to inhale, exhale, slowly fold forward. We're going to put right hand to left knee or ankle, left hand to right knee or ankle. And allow the head to fall. You can also rest the back of the hands on the ground if that's accessible to you. Really doesn't matter. We're just crossing our elbows. And if none of that works for you, just cross your arms as if they were crossed in front of you, but just hang. Let the head hang. We'll just be here for a moment. If this is at all uncomfortable to you for any reason, place the hands gently on the top of the knees and just breathe with open eyes and push yourself up. Otherwise, breathing here, following the inhale, following the exhale. That compression breath that we feel in the front body, it's really good for our internal organs. It sort of presses them kind of gently around from their normal place, which is good for all that fascia that's holding them in place. A lot of discomfort after abdominal surgeries is that fascia is disturbed and it's not mobile, so it causes discomfort when we move it. So if we move it with this compressed breath, just kind of helps keep our internal organs a little more mobile in the inside body. Good. Looking at your arms, whichever arm's in front, place the other arm in front. Breathe. If the compressive breath bothers you, again, gently come up, but otherwise, kind of breathe into it. Just notice. Very nice. Ease in the jaw. Gently place the right palm to the top of the right knee, left palm, top of left knee. Eyes are open. And then with a gentle, steady breath, just push back up to seated. Make any adjustments to be able to sit comfortably. Palms can be up, eyes are open. And breathe. Beautiful. Find a place to be nice and comfortable for a Shavasana for a few minutes. The couch, floor, bed, recliner. You're staying in a straight back chair. Just find a way that your feet can be at ease where you're not holding your hips doing work to keep your knees in a place. Sometimes you can even put a pillow or a blanket under your feet. That'll soften your legs. And for your hands, especially if you're lying down, a place that's comfortable where your shoulders aren't doing any work. So as you settle, just do a short breath practice with our hands. You can either do this with actual touch or just imagining it. Either way, we're going to rest our thumbs right at the part of the index finger knuckle that's closest to the thumb, just sort of as if you were touching your bottom, the hand, where the finger meets the hand, base of the finger. As you inhale, come up to the tip of the finger. As you exhale, come back down to the base. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Just do that a few times until you are ready to stop doing it. And when your mind says it's had enough and would just like to rest and breathe and not use that breath practice, then just breathe. If you feel particularly distracted, you might do this breath practice for the whole 2.5 minutes or so. But it's here for you to give your mind and breath a place to be. To ask the distractions to just pause and give you a few more minutes. And breathe. Presence in the fingers. Movement. Into the wrists. Toes and ankles. Maybe noticing a breath a little deeper. You can stay reclining, or if you choose to sit from reclining, if you're on the ground or couch, you can gently roll to one side and gently walk your hands up so you're seated. But wherever you are, gently placing the fingers and palms together, so gently. And then gently part the fingers and hands. So you just feel the presence of the other hand, but not touch. Just appreciating that energy that we carry with us. Feeling that energy. Nice. Palms and fingers together, fingertips toward the sky. And exhale down. With thanks to yourself for your practice, your breath, your yoga for this day. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste, everyone. Thank you.